What is going on, guys? It is Waukesha Sub Productions, and today we are going to be covering the top 10 worst heritage units of all time. Now, you guys answered the poll, and you have said by a wide margin that this was the top 10 or top 5 that you wanted. But I'm going to be getting you all 4 of those options. It'll just be from most voted to least voted, so don't worry, the people that voted for the lesser picked options aren't going to be hung out for dry. So, first off, I just wanted to thank you guys for the insane support you guys gave the first top 5 video. I am absolutely blown away with how much it blew up. No pun intended. I really appreciate your guys' support. And of course, as always, this is just my opinion. Especially this video, this is completely subjective video, so you will not agree, so do not throw a fit. So, some ground rules for the video. First off, no sticker units. So, no sticker units of any kind. They have to be a true heritage unit, so no BNSF heritage units, no CN 8898 IPO 25 crap. We're only covering strictly full heritage units, and yes, we will be including CSX. In this video, so no sticker units whatsoever. They are way too bad, and I don't feel like talking about them. We all know they suck. No other special interest units are allowed on this list either, so no military units, no just random special units. These are strictly heritage units and heritage units only. We're also only going to be talking about Class 1 railroads, so we're not going to be including any Class 2 railroads like Iowa Interstate or anything like that. We're just going to strictly talk about Class 1 railroads to keep the list simple. I do know there are plenty good and bad Class 2 or lower heritage units, but I feel like that would just be way too much to look at, and I want to keep this list simple for you guys. I know this is a long intro, but just wanted to get that out of the way so this list made sense. So this is the top 10 worst heritage units of all time, in my opinion. All right, guys, so starting off our list at number 10, we have Norfolk Southern 1072. Now, this is not a bad heritage unit, okay? I'm not putting it on this list because I think it is a bad heritage unit, but simply because it is just my least favorite of Norfolk Southern's heritage units. Now, keep in mind, Norfolk Southern, in my opinion, and I think a lot of people agree, has the best heritage units of all the Class 1 railroads, or just of all time, really. Norfolk Southern absolutely nailed all of their heritage units, and this unit is not bad, okay? It's just that the colors really don't do it for me. Like, the bright green with that yellow on it, it's just, I'm not into it. Like, I know a lot of people like this unit, and I honestly have no rebuttal against it. It's just not my favorite, you know? I don't think this unit is bad. It most certainly isn't. I'd still foam like crazy if this went on the Waukesha, but compared to all of the rest of Norfolk Southern's heritage units, this one just kind of sticks out like a sore thumb for me. So, again, not a bad heritage unit, just not my favorite. Comes in at number 10. Moving down to our number 9 spot on our list, we have CSX 1973. Now, just like 1072's case, I don't actually hate this unit. It's a CSX heritage unit, so it still suffers from the problem that every CSX heritage unit has, which is just, obviously that they're not fully painted. Now, I don't hate CSX heritage units. In fact, I think it's a cool concept. Like, having the front of it be just the CSX regular colors, but it having, like, pulling their past, I think that's a neat idea that, like, in concept was really cool, but in practice, it's kind of Like, it's not my favorite, but, like, at least we have them. Like, at least they have they have the goal to make them, and they have a dedicated team. Like, they work hard on these things, unlike BNSF. In the case of 1973 specifically, though, look, I see where some of you are coming from, okay? Like, it actually looks cool. I have to admit, it kind of looks cool. And again, I would foam like crazy if this thing came back to the Watertown sub. Please come back. Anyway, moving on. The worst part about it though is it's just the colors. Like, I'm sorry, they don't match. They don't match. Like, comparing these two colors is like apples and oranges. They're not the same thing. I'm sorry. Again, not a bad heritage unit. It's just it could have been so much better if we had just gotten that fully painted unit, you know? Again, I don't hate CSX heritage units, but gosh, man, imagine a fully painted chassis unit. That would just hit the spot. But unfortunately, that's not what we got. But I'm glad that it exists. Comes in at number 9. Moving down to our number 8 spot on our list, we have CN 7600. Now, if I had to describe this unit in one word, it would be disappointing. Like, this unit had so much potential. Like, this is on a switcher. Like I will give it points for that. Like, it at least is a switcher. Like, you don't normally see that, especially on Class 1 railroads. But, gosh, man, they really butchered the colors on this. Like, the green is too bright. And, like, again, I would foam like crazy if this came down to Waukesha. But, man, is this unit disappointing. We could have had something so much better. And we got still not a completely horrible unit, but just a really disappointing one that could have been so much better. Don't really have much else to say. 7600, it comes in at number 8. Coming in at the number 7 spot, we have CN 3069. Bet you were expecting this one to be ranked much worse. You're probably wondering why I didn't place this lower. And it's just because at least they got the colors right. Like, don't get me wrong, they butchered this one pretty badly. I mean, the striping on the back, like, dude, what are we doing? Did we even try? But they got the colors right, okay? It's not a completely irredeemable heritage unit like some people like to claim. Like, it's just a little inaccurate. Okay, maybe not a little, but like it's inaccurate. But they got the colors right. I actually don't hate the nose of it, unlike some other people. I don't hate the nose. But overall, it's just, again, it's disappointing. It's another disappointing heritage unit that isn't awful, but just, no, not very good. Comes in at number 7. All right, now we're starting to get to the stuff that I actively do not like. From here on out, these are heritage units that I think are bad. Like, straight up bad heritage units. Coming in at number 6, we have CSX 1875. This is just one of the most boring looking heritage units of all time, in my opinion. And again, the colors do not match. And the font that is used on, the PNLE just looks very lazy. Like, it's just the ultimate meh locomotive for me. I don't know, man. I just don't have a good time with this, okay? I'd still foam if this thing came down my line, but I'd probably wish it was $18.99 or something. I don't really have much else to say. It's just a very boring unit. Sorry. Comes in at number 6. Pulling the switch to number 5, we have Metra 425. I forgot to mention that commuter railroads are eligible for this list as well, just because, well, I didn't really want to fill up this list with CSX heritage units. I wanted to be a little bit more fair. Now, this scheme is down this low simply just because of how inaccurate it is. It just doesn't match the Rock Island colors. I'm sorry. Like, it's just, like, I want this unit to be better. I really want this unit to look better. I really like the Rock Island scheme, but it's just not it, man. I'm sorry. It's just not it. It's not accurate. It's not a Rock Island Heritage unit. It doesn't look like a Rock Island Heritage unit. And quite frankly, it just looks like if the Wisconsin Central Heritage unit decided to convert to electric. Pretty awful Heritage unit, comes in at number 5. Moving down to our number 4 spot on our list, we have Metra 104. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for putting this one this low. I'm just not into it. It's just a very boring looking scheme, okay? I'm sorry. It's just plain white with City of Chicago on it. And of course, okay, the nose admittedly doesn't look terrible, but that's basically the nose of every Metro locomotive. It looks cool on every one of them. I'm just not into it, man. I'm sorry. It's just very generic, very just plain and white. It's just not doing it for me. I really just don't like it very much. Sorry. Another pretty boring scheme. Moving down to our number 3 spot, we have Amtrak 100. What an absolute letdown. I'm sorry. And blue is my favorite color, by the way, okay? So I don't want you hearing, oh, this guy doesn't like the passenger railroads. He's been putting them all on the list. No, I just don't like midnight blue. I'm sorry. It just, it's just, again, similar to Metro 104, it's just way too generic for me. Now, don't get me wrong. Simple can be good, but, this just feels lazy. Again, this feels pretty lazy. It's just not interesting. What do you want me to say? It's just a flat midnight blue scheme with a 50th anniversary and connecting America. Okay, fine, 50th anniversary. Okay, cool. But man, they could have done so much more for their 50th anniversary. Imagine if they made a combined scheme from all 7 of the phases or something. Or I feel like that could have been something interesting. May not have been the best looking, but it would have been more interesting than just a plain midnight blue Amtrak locomotive. I'm sorry. Just not doing it for me. Take a shot every time I've said that. Comes in at number 3. Coming in at number 2, we have a pick I know a lot of you are going to disagree with. It is Amtrak 301. Now, let me make something clear. The paint scheme is not awful. It's not my favorite, but it's not completely awful. But what makes this unit so low on this list is the fact that they decided to put it on a Charger. Really? You're going to put the day 1 scheme on a freaking Charger instead of the P42? Or just a Dash 8. I know, wishful thinking, but a Dash 8. This scheme could not have been put on a more poor locomotive. I just don't like the Chargers in general. But if you're referencing the day 1 scheme, why would you put it on the most modern Amtrak locomotive? It just doesn't make any sense when you have all these other really cool sets of power that you can use. It just makes 0 sense. And the scheme itself is not my favorite. So I'm sorry. Amtrak 301 comes in at the runner-up spot. But coming in at the number 1 spot on our list of the top 10 worst heritage units of all time, in my opinion, we have Metro North 201. All right, put down your pitchforks and blow out your torches and let me explain for a second. So, what's wrong with this scheme? Well, it's not actually inaccurate like some of you may think. Conrail did actually run this scheme. And this isn't me saying that I don't like the Conrail scheme. But this scheme looks horrible. Okay, can we just agree on that? The yellow just doesn't mesh at all. The bright blue, the bright yellow, they are such a huge contrast in colors. Similarly to NS 1072. But this is way worse. At least 1072 looks good with a sunset. This thing is so bad. And when you finally go and catch it in the golden hour, the sunlight is just, it's going to look so bad with that super bright yellow. It's not that yellow on like the CSX nose that's like just dark enough to make it look really cool. That's just really, really bright, way too bright for me. Oh my gosh, I absolutely despise this heritage unit with a passion. It absolutely is a shoo-in for the #1 spot on this list. Anyways, that's going to wrap up this particular video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Obviously, you're not going to agree with every pick, so I would love to hear what your 10 worst heritage units are in your opinion, what picks you agree with, what picks you disagree with, and yeah, I really appreciate your guys' support. It absolutely means the world to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless, and have a good one.